Hey everybody, if you are on the East Coast, I hope you're having a pleasant night. If you're somewhere where the time is completely different, I still hope you're enjoying yourself. Anyway, so I just read a little article on the internet about the pilot who recently made a few degrading comments about some of the employees on Southwest Airlines while his microphone was on, and so everybody heard it. It was really, really embarrassing. And after I read the story, I did something which people should never do, but I did it anyway. Just like I shouldn't have Cocoa Puffs for breakfast, but I do it anyway. I read the comments on the bottom of the page, and I thought the comments were really confusing. And here's why. The majority of the 407 comments on the page were just going on and on and on about, oh, here are the PC police, and they're trying to tell us how to talk and take our right to free speech away, and political correctness, oh no, it's coming out to get us. And you guys, I was just really confused because it seemed to me what everybody in these comments who was reading this story was referring to as political correctness. When I was growing up, we would just call that politeness. I mean, I would think that not degrading or demeaning somebody based on their sexual orientation, size, or age was just basic politeness that your parents are supposed to teach you when you're like 5 years old, okay? But I guess some grown adults out in the world think that it's, I don't know, a evil liberal's plot to take their fun away or something. I don't know. I find it kind of appalling that a whole bunch of American adults are running around and they don't see the importance to of being polite, of being courteous, of having respect for other people, and not having that respect limited by a person's size or sexual orientation or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, when I was raised, I was taught to say please and thank you, sir or ma'am, write thank you notes. I was not taught to run my mouth and use a bunch of rude and coarse words directed at people. I mean, my father was super conservative and said, you never swear. My mother, on the other hand, she always said that there is no such thing as a bad word, only a word used badly. And I kind of subscribe more to that idea, but at the same time, words have meaning, and a lot of times they upset people. I mean, like one of the words the pilot used, faggot, for example, that means gay person. In America, in England, it means a cigarette. And some people, who are opposed to political correctness would say, but actually, faggot is just a word. It doesn't mean anything. But it does to some people, and it hurts their feelings. And when I was a kid, my parents told me that if something hurts somebody's feelings, you shouldn't do it. Simple to understand. So why do people want to go out of their way to hurt people and call it the right to free speech? You know what? No, that sucks. That sucks. I'm not going to use words that hurt people just because I have the right to use them. That's stupid. That'd be like saying I'm going to pee on my pancakes every morning because I have the right to do that. Why would you pee on your pancakes? No one wants to eat pee. Same thing. Nobody wants to be called a derogatory name. Nobody. It's rude. And if you're at work and you're being paid to do your job, you sure as hell should not be using offensive words to towards anyone. I don't care whether it's your coworkers or your customers or the boogeyman. I don't care. You better be polite when you are being paid. When you're on the clock, you need to be a polite individual. And I don't care if you want to call it political correctness or an evil liberal's plot to destroy the world. No. And don't say your right to free speech is being attacked. It's not. Your right to be a dick, sure. You don't have the right to be a dick when you're at work. You sign the contract that says you're going to adhere to that company's policies, just like I work for CompUSA and I signed a contract saying I would follow CompUSA's policies, and you adhere to that contract, and if you don't, you face disciplinary action. That's how it works. That's, so I find it ridiculous that people anyway are just so horrified by the fact that they're being asked to be courteous and not use words that are offensive and hurt people's feelings. I mean, the fact that they hurt people's feelings should be enough to make you not want to use them. But I guess we just live in a world now, in America, where people don't see the need to be polite and they don't see the need to be respectful, and that upsets me because I think that's why there's bullying in the schools, and I think that's why our children are becoming hateful and violent. It's because all the adults aren't showing respect to people, and they're not saying, you know what, just because you're different from me or just because you have different values than me doesn't mean I don't owe you the same respect that I would give to myself and to anyone else. We're not modeling that for our children. And I just think it's a sign that us as American people, we're going downhill. We're not progressing. We're not advancing. We're de-evolving. And I just think that's disturbing. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think. Do you think not using certain words because they're offensive is politically correct or just polite? You tell me. Anyway, you guys have a nice night. I have a history final to study for.